So, getting dressed after you've had your baby and having your body change so much in the span of 9 months, and then having your body change again postpartum and not go back to normal is something that can throw you for a loop. Even if you're ready for it, it still throws you for a loop every single time. Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here today. As you can tell from the title, today we are going to be talking about getting dressed postpartum. Now, this is something I wanted to make a video on for such a long time, and I thought about for such a long time. But I would say that postpartum was the time that I struggled the most to get dressed. It was really, really hard for me, so I didn't really feel adequate to talk about this subject. The other thing is that I didn't really think that one view of it was really enough because everybody's postpartum journey is so different that just like one view on what it is like or whatever doesn't really do it justice. You need more people to talk about it. This needs to be something that a lot of different people are looking at. So, I asked 15 different women about their experiences getting dressed postpartum. And I'm going to address some of the main things that were talked about in the messages that I received about this. The number one response, the main thing that everybody had trouble with was being able to be dressed in a way that they felt really good and also be able to nurse. Nursing is like the main inconvenience of having a baby. I say inconvenience. Just know that I know children are such blessings. Keep that in mind throughout this whole video. I'm not saying that children are not worth it, but the things that we go through because of the babies, those are not very fun. Thanks a lot, Eve. Anyway, the things that feel the best postpartum would be like loose and flowy dresses or things that are like fit really loosely on your body, but it's hard to find those types of things with it being nursing friendly. So that was the main problem that was talked about in the messages I got. The second thing that was also addressed by a lot of them is dealing with all of the changes that happen to your body and getting dressed in a way that you feel good with those changes. I can attest that your body changes every single time you have a baby. Like, it's different after every baby. I've had 4, and my body has been different after every single baby. I think my style changed after every single baby I had. And it's probably linked with like liking what you wear and feeling good in what you wear, so your style changes based on what you feel good in. Oh, that's a theory I should delve into deeper. So, getting dressed after you've had your baby and having your body change so much in the span of 9 months, and then having your body change again postpartum and not go back to normal is something that can throw you for a loop. Even if you're ready for it, it still throws you for a loop every single time. So, after reading through the messages and thinking a lot about my journey postpartum, but also like taking all of the things that the women said into consideration, I'm going to go over a couple of things that you can do to make getting dressed easier when you are going through postpartum. Now, all that being said, following these steps is probably not going to solve all your problems. Postpartum is hard no matter what. Like, you can have everything set up perfectly, and there are going to be really hard things about postpartum no matter what. But hopefully, I'm going to give you a couple of tips that can help you navigate getting dressed postpartum in a healthier way. So, number 1, I would say mentally prepare yourself before you have your baby. Prepare yourself for the body you will have after you have your baby. So if you're already postpartum and you're going through it, you still need to hear this. But if you have not had your baby yet and you are preparing to have a baby, this is something to keep in mind. The biggest mistake that I made during pregnancy was looking forward so much to postpartum when I finally wouldn't have the belly of a have a basketball in my stomach anymore. Like that, I was just like, oh, I cannot wait till I get to that time. I cannot wait. And that's all I thought about before I had my baby. But instead, I should have been preparing myself for the body that I would have after I have my baby. Remind yourself that what you will be seeing in the mirror will not be perfect, but it will be a body that just helps you get through birth. It'll be a body that is recovering from the equivalent of surgery, or if you had a C-section, surgery. So instead of hating yourself and hating the way you look, prepare yourself by reminding yourself that you need to be grateful for what your body can do. And you can even do this in pregnancy. If you're not liking the way you look in pregnancy, remind yourself of how grateful you are to have a body that can hold a baby, that can carry a baby, and look at your body in that way instead. If you look at your body with an earthly mind, you're going to have an earthly outlook on what you look like in clothing. But instead, treat your body with respect and be grateful for what it can do. Even though it does go through this really like hard stage, and maybe even it feels like an ugly stage, it is producing something very, very beautiful. So I think preparing ourselves by just mentally being grateful for what we're going through is a huge step in the right direction. That brings me to the second thing. The second thing I would say is show yourself as much grace as you would your best friend. So treat yourself like you would your best friend. If your best friend was going through postpartum and you were looking at her and you think she's beautiful and you think what she went through was amazing and she needs to be encouraged and lifted up instead of looking in the mirror and being tore down by pointing out the biggest flaws in her body, instead of like thinking about yourself how you see yourself, think about yourself how you see your best friend and the best things that you can point out about yourself, encouraging yourself. This is getting a little bit self-lovish, but I really do think that it's important that we don't view ourselves through our own eyes. The Bible talks about viewing ourselves through the eyes of Jesus. Like, he loves us. He loves us just the way we are. He loves us in our imperfectness. And so the easiest way for me to see that is thinking about my best friends and how beautiful I think my best friends are and how I want to encourage them through really hard times, and then in turn treating myself with the same respect. So after those two little tips to get us started, to try to get our mind in a place where it should be when we're getting dressed, I'm going to get into a couple more practical tips. So tip number 3 would be wait until you're about, I don't know, maybe 1 to 3 months postpartum, to where your body has like gone back a little bit to normal, and find yourself one basic bottom that you feel really good in and you love. Now, this can be like a great pair of stretchy jeans or a jean skirt, a stretchy jean skirt that you love and you feel good in. Or it can be like a nice black or neutral floral maxi skirt, something that is going to go with everything, but something that feels comfortable and you feel really, really good in. Now, it is important to wait like 1 or 2 months to buy this item, because in those first several months is when your body changes the most. Our bodies don't go completely back to normal. I say normal, I mean like your body's never going to go back to normal, but like the most normal that you'll ever get, it's going to be about a year. So I would say wait 1 to 3 months to where you're like, okay, I feel like I'm going to be like at this stage for quite a while, or your body will be slowly going back to normal, but like that's kind of like when your body, the swelling has gone down, all of these different things have happened to where you can find something that will fit you for the longest amount of time. And I don't want you to go to like a thrift store and look for something cheap that you think you can use. No, no, no. I want you to go invest in a $50 to $100 bottom that you feel amazing in. And that can go with a lot of different pieces. You may only wear it for a year, and then after that, it won't fit you anymore or something like that. But it will be worth it, because 50% of actually getting dressed postpartum is completely mental. So if you have that great pair of jeans, or you have that skirt, or you have whatever, and you put it on, you have done 50% of the work, because you know you're going to feel good in them. You put them on and you feel really good in them. 50% of the work is done mentally and physically. Now, I know there's going to be people like me out there who like to have diversity in their closet and do not like wearing the same thing over and over again. First of all, I'm going to say, remind yourself that it's only for 9 months to a year. It's really not that long. Also, you can get diversity in your tops. Tops you can find at thrift stores, you can find on Amazon for cheaper, like different places. You can find at Marshall's for cheaper. You can find fun and flattering, diverse tops that you can wear with that one staple piece that will change, and you can have fun with it and you can play with it, and that'll give you your variety. But having that one piece, it really will help you mentally so much. Number 4 is kind of like number 3, but it's just to find a nice, comfortable dress that you can nurse in. These are hard to find. Yes, I know. But they are out there, and if you do the work, you can find them, and it will be worth it, I promise. So everybody's going to need a dress. You're going to go through almost a year of time with this, and you're going to need a dress for some occasion. You're going to want one for church or a wedding or like a seasonal function, and it's going to come in so handy. And just like the bottom is doing 50% of the work, this is going to be doing 90% of the work, because all you have to do is add shoes. Like, that's really all you have to do in getting dressed when you have a good dress that is nursing friendly. Again, I know you're not going to have a lot of diversity in your closet for this year, but looking back, you're going to think, oh, that dress was awesome. I felt comfortable and I felt confident in that dress no matter what. And that will be worth more than having 5 pieces that you really don't love and don't feel good in. So I would say, instead of trying to find 5 different dresses that you can wear throughout the next year, find one. Find one dress that fits you well, that you feel good in, and that you can nurse in. And then you can wear that over and over again and feel confident and feel good in what you're wearing. And once again, remember that half the battle of getting dressed postpartum is mental. It's so mental, because your body is what it is. It's not going to change. Postpartum is not going to go away. It takes everybody time to get over it. And so it's not something that you can do, even if your body bounces back faster than other people's. Like, the mental struggle is still going to be there because of what having a baby does. So taking these steps and doing this is going to help you so much mentally. If you're worried about people being like, oh my goodness, did you see her? She just wears the same thing over and over again. You're like, yeah, I do. And I feel great in what I wear. Thank you very much. Also, nobody but your best friends is going to know that you're wearing the same thing over and over again. And they're going to cheer you on. They're going to be like, yay, you. I'm so glad that you found something that you feel good in. Now, I will say that this is going to take a lot of work. Like, finding the perfect dress, or finding that dress that works for you, and finding that bottom that works for you is not going to just happen. Like, you're going to have a lot of misses before you have a hit. You're probably going to have to return some things. You're going to have to do some shopping. You're going to have to try some things on. You might even have to cry through some things. It's going to take work, but I promise you it will be worth it. It will be worth the work that it takes to find those 2 items to make getting dressed so much easier postpartum. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you are currently going through postpartum, I hope that you are doing well, and just remember that you're not alone. Postpartum is such a thing for everybody. Everybody has a different way of handling it and going through it, but it is hard for everybody, so you're not alone. Thanks for watching. If you want more content like this, hit the subscription button and hit the bell for notifications whenever I upload a new video. Bye!